why men in the UK don't talk about mental health and what it's costing us, really. Yeah, it's so hard, but it kind of hurts because, I mean, using a survey, for example, which was recently conducted, an anonymous survey of all men who actually admitted they had mental health problems, 60%, get this, 60% of all men who had mental health problems, who admitted to having mental health problems, said they would never ever go public with it. They would never talk to somebody about it or anything. They would keep it to themselves. 60%. This is part of the problem, and it's a huge problem. And I get it. I get it why a lot of men, there is such a stigma out there. You know, mental health equals weakness. No, wrong. I'm a man. I have mental health problems. I have anxiety, depression, PTSD. You know, I've had a best friend who choose to, shall we say, self-exit from this world. You know, I have anxiety, absolutely humongous social anxiety. I've literally lost the ability to even make a conversation with somebody unless somebody speaks to me first. But I am not weak. I will put my problems, my issues, everything up there on a billboard for the world to see. Because for me, you know, it does not make me weak. I am not afraid of it. It does not make me weak at all. Not at all. This is a severe problem because there's such a stigma, you know. Men, just get on with it. Men, man up, you know. Men, be tough, blah, blah, blah. I have all these mental health problems up on the billboard. A nice neon flashing billboard for you to all to see. But I am not weak. Far from it. More men need to come out, need to break through this absolutely ridiculous stigma that it makes you weak. Because, you know, the problem is, I don't know if the word is really allowed on YouTube, you know, but the amount of, let's be honest, the suicide rate among men in the UK is absolutely increasing year by year by year. More men are choosing to self-exit from this world. More and more increasing numbers every single year. And part of the reason is, for example, that survey where 60% who admitted to having mental health problems said they would never ever go public or tell anybody about it because of the stigma. You know, people would look at them and think they're weak, they're not a man, they should just get on with it. And or some people say, you know, depression doesn't exist, and, you know, a man is, you know, beat your chest, be strong kind of thing. And this is a huge problem that we have to solve. But the only way we can solve it is if more men come out and speak. Just say the truth. I mean, I'm a man. I've told you about my mental health problems. I'm not weak. Far, far, far from it. But we need to get more people to basically come out and admit, you know, hey, I'm here. I'm a man. This is me. I have A, B, C, D health, you know, mental health problems, but I am strong. I am a man. It does not make me weak. We need to get this issue. I mean, talking about myself, and I have six psychiatrist appointments in a row cancelled. 6 cancelled in a row. every single time. You wait a few months, a letter comes through, whoops, sorry, your appointment has been cancelled due for unforeseen circumstances, for example. And you're like, obviously devastated. Then if you're lucky, a month later, you get another letter saying, hey, your new appointment is this date, that month, what have you. And then 2 or 3 months goes by, whoop, another letter comes through the door. Sorry, your appointment has been cancelled. And this has happened to me 6 times in a row. And this is over 2 years. 2 years. Now, myself, I will not choose to self-exit from this world. And I admit, because I am a coward, I would not have the, it is not the way to do it, basically. I will not self-exit. But what scares me is there are many, many men out there. This is a fact. In the United Kingdom alone, there are many, many men out there who are quite willing and have zero fear about choosing to self-exit from this world, think about it. How many are absolutely, like me, desperate to get that appointment? And what about the people out there who have no problem self-exiting from this world, get that letter, open it, and it says, appointment cancelled? How many men have chosen to self-exit from the world because of these non-stop cancellation letters? Cancel after cancel after cancel after cancel. How many men have chosen to I'm going to say it straight. The NHS has blood on its hands. Why? Why is this happening? It scares me. It absolutely scares me to death to think about how many have had that letter, like myself, saying, due for unforeseen circumstances, or due for this reason, for that reason, whatever, cancelled appointment. And for some men, they are going to be right on the edge, right on the very edge. And that letter comes through the door, they open it up, and they read it, and I can see it now. Their face drops. They get that feeling in their stomach, reading it. Due for unforeseen circumstances, your appointment has been cancelled. For some men, that is going to be it. That is going to be it. That is going to be the part. That is going to be literally the pushing point where they're off the edge. They choose to vanish from the world, shall we say. This is a huge problem, and I'm trying, I'm really trying, but so many men would just be quiet, and I'm trying to raise awareness. I'm doing my best, I've been complaining to my mental health through the NHS and the psychiatrist. They give me a complaints form. It's a very silly form, to be honest. I think one of the questions was, what do you think went wrong, with the cancellation? And I'm like, well, really, what do I think went wrong? What went wrong was you cancelled my appointment. And I think another question was, what do you think we can do to improve our service? And I'm like, really, stop cancelling appointments? Seriously, these are the questions you get sent when they say you have to fill in a complaints form. And it's now been 13 weeks since I filled in my complaints form. And have I had an appointment yet rescheduled with a psychiatrist? No, nothing whatsoever. I went to my doctor asking him, please please help me. Can you change my medication, or can we try something different? Can I slowly come off one type of medication and try something else? And the doctor said to me, no, this is completely out of my field of expertise. I can't help you, sorry. And he literally said to me, do you feel like ending your life right now? And I said to him, well, no, because I haven't got the guts. I said, if I could click my fingers and I would vanish from this earth instantly, yes, I would. But no, I'm not in danger of doing anything at the moment. So what he did was he started writing down something on a piece of paper. And I was curious, 2 seconds later, it was a number basically. I think one number was 101 or 111, and another one was for the Samaritans. And he basically said, unless you feel like killing yourself right now, ring this number. I don't know what else to do myself, You fill in the complaints form, nothing happens. You go see a doctor. They say it's out of their field of expertise. It's more men need to speak out, because the fact is men are dying. And YouTube, please don't censor or restrict this video, because this needs to be said. Men are dying. Men are getting these cancellation letters for a psychiatrist, cancel appointment. Men are dying because of this, and I just wish more men would speak up. And I know there is some men out there right now listening to this, and sorry for my very, very strong, somewhat Welsh taffy accent, I know, but seriously though, you see people on the street, and you could say, if someone said to you, for example, hey, how are you? It's an instant reply. Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine. But how many people out there would like somebody to say, hey, how are you? I'm fine. And, for them to say, no, I mean, really, how are you? I would love that. So many men would love that. I mean, this is a subject where, this needs to be escalated more. More men need to speak out. More men need to complain. More men need to know. You are not weak. I have a multitude of mental health problems, but I know I am a strong man. Mental health does not make us weak. That is a fact. But, we need to speak about this more, and I'm going to try and, let's just say, grow this channel and just get the word out there, and I promise I will improve everything. This is the first real video on mental health. I promise I will improve everything. Just give me a chance. I know exactly what you're going through, and it's not a case of just a typical man saying, oh, I know how you feel. No. Everybody listen to me. I know exactly how you feel. There are many men out there who feel exactly like I do, and feel worse than I do. There are men out there which perhaps only have one mental health problem. There are many out there who may have 10 mental health problems, or 20, what have you. It needs to get out there. The fact is, men are dying. Whether you're age 20, whether you're age 60, whatever. Men are dying because of cancelled appointments and a whole and the fact that men are not speaking about it, and I could go on forever, but I will end this video here, and I promise you I will speak more about this. I will get more organized. I will get more. I will try and do my best to just help. That's all I want to do is help people and help myself and get help for myself. To be honest, I really do. I want more men to speak out. Complain, fill in a complaints form. Post on social media. Hey, with the hashtag mental health or hashtag mental health awareness or hashtag men's mental health, hashtag Andy's Man Club. It does not make you weak. My name's Matthew. I have all these problems. I put it right up there on that big flashing billboard, but I am not weak. And whoever you are out there listening to this, you are not weak either. It does not make us weak. And there's more to come, and better, more professional videos to come. And thank you anyway. Thank you.